Hello everyone, my name is Nishal Mahila and I am this group's leader. In addition to this role, I will be helping in future calculations as well as the design of our concepts. Please allow me to introduce the rest of the members of this group.
My name is Christian Changer, and my role for this project is to perform any necessary calculations and quantify any objectives for our design.
Hi, good day. My name is Daniel Su, and I am the head of research at ZASU.
My name is Timothy Susai, and I will be in charge of the design specifications along with the model of our personal mobility vehicle.
We are representatives from the Futrans manufacturing company here to share our design concept for the future of personal mobility. Now, why are we doing this project in the first place? In the bustling urban landscape, I'm sure you felt the congestion of roaming through a densely populated city. Evidently, there is a need for elegant and efficient personal mobility design. Our aim is to design a personal mobility device which is able to seamlessly navigate the urban landscape according to the road regulations of Trinidad. Ability to produce a safe and ergonomic personal mobility device which does not sacrifice affordability or carrying capacity is our objective.
Expanding on the data obtained via our survey and how this will affect the development of our personal mobility device via the pairwise comparison. As seen on this bar graph, cost, safety, and comfort are the most desirable aspects of a personal mobility device to our sample. This means that these aspects will have extremely heavy weighting in our pairwise comparison. We also saw a large number of responses concerning safety in our open-ended questions. This will further add to the weighting that safety has in our pairwise comparison. Thank you for listening.
As previously mentioned, there were a lot of objectives stated, and it's critical to achieve these objectives. Hence, a sense of merit is required to justify how exactly we plan to do so. For instance, one of our main objectives for disasters was to have a reasonable metric of safety. This can be achieved by ensuring it abides to the roadway regulations and have a proper braking system. Additionally, safety factors such as airbags and seatbelts would be included to protect users in the case of a crash. Calculations would also be performed to ensure that the ZASU has a reasonable factor of safety. Furthermore, having an ergonomic design was designed, and in order to achieve this objective, the client's input into what they designed was necessary. From the survey conducted, it showed that individuals would prefer to have charging ports for their phones, music, and a comfortable seat for them to fully enjoy themselves in the personal mobility device. By complying to the client's requirements and needs, the ergonomic factor of our design will be achieved. The ZASU should also be able to transport an adult for a period of at least 3 hours. Now, this can only be achieved by calculating the energy consumption of our device and conducting research to choose a suitable electric motor and battery to ensure this objective is achieved. Another objective for our personal mobility device is for it to have a dampening system to protect the vehicle from uneven roadways. In order to merit this, it is firstly necessary to assess the ZASU's ability to absorb and dissipate vibrations and shocks while driving. Then, after a suitable vibrational system can be selected, for instance, a shock absorber. This would allow the ZASU to absorb large amounts of shocks and vibrations when traveling in rough roadways where there are potholes. Another objective for our design is for it to operate with decreased harmful emissions as compared to with traditional motors. The design will be more ecologically friendly, and greenhouse gases emissions will be significantly reduced if an electric motor was chosen instead of fuel. Utilizing electrical vehicles promotes sustainable development because they lessen pollution emissions that cause smog, respiratory ailments, and other health issues. Lastly, the affordability of the ZASU to be purchased by the consumer is probably one of our primary objectives, in that we want it to be as low as possible. But in order for that to happen, the exact selling price will be determined firstly by calculating the manufacturing price, the engineering cost, sales and marketing, along with a profit percentage. However, in order to ensure the selling price is appropriate, the material utilized to manufacture the design would be relatively cheap. The pairwise comparison table shown was a chosen method used to quantify and compare values of each respective objective of the user. Please note that the objectives in column 1 of the table are compared against the objectives in row 1. If the criteria in the column was weighted higher than that of the row, then a value of 1 is assigned to the cell. Otherwise, a value of 0 is assigned to the cell. The information used to determine whether a criterion is weighted more than another was obtained via the survey handout. Please refer to the bar chart provided under the question with respect to owning your personal mobility device. What aspects are important to you? It should also be noted that the objectives selected for use in the pairwise comparison table were chosen to dictate the features that the user valued most in order to influence the conceptual designs.
Let us review the literature collected by our research team. Regarding the aesthetic appearance, these are the patterns which influence the design and form of concept A, B, C, and D. Advanced maneuverability will be achieved through the use of a tilt steering mechanism which allows the vehicle to turn on a conic angle, reducing the radius of curvature of the turn path. In order to ensure safety when the vehicle is locked and the implementation of a climate control system, a convertible roof mechanism will be implemented to isolate the user in an enclosed environment. The use of a reclining mechanism will be implemented on the backrest but also to the footrest to act as a hidden storage compartment. An important point to note is that the model used for our vehicle is actually based on this chair.
And I'm here to present on the design specifications of our personal mobility device. To begin with, our personal mobility device can be modeled in this three-body diagram. In this three-body diagram, we have the weight of the vehicle and the passenger acting at the center of gravity. Next, we have reaction forces RA and RB acting at each of the wheels. Then, we have friction μr opposing the direction of travel. Additionally, we have the weights of the motor, the battery, and the luggage area in the diagram, along with their distances A and B from the center of gravity. To further elaborate on the luggage area, it will be using the airport carry-on standard of 9 by 14 by 22. Additionally, it can carry up to 40 pounds. To further elaborate on our personal mobility device, this will be based on a true-wheel design and it can be compatible on the road.
The functions I will be highlighting are aspects that weighted heavily in our pairwise comparison. Firstly, safety is a huge concern. Our device has functions that prevent the vehicle from skidding when braking using an ABS system. There is also a secondary braking system in case the primary braking system fails. Additionally, we have crumple zones for sudden impacts to the vehicle, as well as shock absorbers for sudden changes in elevation. Another function is to create a desirable environment for the user. This is done by having padded seats, as well as protection from the elements. This is done by having an enclosed cabin, as well as climate control.
A morphological analysis was done to explore the possible solutions to multidimensional problems. This analysis was done by creating a table with the functions in column 1 and the means of achieving the functions in the other respective columns. For instance, the function of controlling the motion of the vehicle had 4 respective means of achieving this function, such as a steering wheel, leans controls, joysticks, and a scooter tiller. Additionally, there were multiple safety and control functions highlighted in this morphological chart, such as a lock system, secondary braking systems, user interface, and the monitoring of speed. In-depth research was done to find out the means by which these functions can be achieved in the most cost-effective while still being efficient. This morphological chart was used to generate a number of original skillful designs, many of which had a significant impact in our choice of design. This proposed design was modeled after an electric motor scooter. It achieved the objectives of being ergonomic while transporting adults for a long period of time. Additionally, it is also considered to be environmentally friendly as an electric motor is utilized. Therefore, less greenhouse gases is emitted into the environment. As it can be seen, this design consists of 3 tires, 2 located in the rear end and 1 at the front. This was done to increase the stability of the personal mobility device while traveling along these roads. The 2 back tires would consist of shock absorbers to dampen the vibrations when traveling around these roads. The choice of the frame for this design was inspired by pattern 2. This frame is constructed in such a way that it provides support for drive modules but also shields crucial components inside the model design. Also to add, there is a storage area directly behind the seat to put individuals' luggage or grocery, which fulfills one of the main objectives, which is storage capacity.
Concept B was designed in accordance with the definition of an electric and Class 1 vehicle taken from a document from the Ministry of the Attorney General and Legal Affairs. Concept B is a fully electric reverse motorized trike inspired by David Hall's Van der Waal Edison Square design. The system, as well as the dual AC induction motors located at the front of the vehicle. The user control interface is a simple steering wheel. Now the storage mechanism is a hidden underseat compartment as seen in the literature review shown before. Now, you may see a strange compartment behind the driver's seat. That is where the convertible panels will be stored when not in use.
With respect to Design C's model and design, this was inspired by pattern number 3. Keep in mind that we have a 3-wheel vehicle design with 2 rear wheels at the back and 1 in the front. Additionally, we have a front windshield supported at its sides, along with the roof further supported by 2 cylindrical poles at the back of the vehicle. This is to help prevent from tropical elements such as rain and the hot temperatures of the sun. Next, we have a front light for the navigation of the vehicle throughout the night and 2 braking lights at the back to indicate the slowing down of the vehicle to others nearby. Inside the vehicle, you can find a seat made of a very soft fabric that will ensure that the user is comfortable during operation. Under the seat, there's an area where you can store your luggage up to 40 pounds. Additionally, the steering wheel is located at the front center of the vehicle to help turn the front wheel left or right. Internally, at the front of the vehicle, there is a battery and an electrical motor. The motor will convert this electrical energy from the battery into mechanical rotational energy, which will be provided at the rear wheels at the back. Additionally, we'll be adding a dampening system at each of the wheels to remove any unwanted vibrations when encountering uneven terrain. Lastly, disc brakes will be provided to ensure a smooth reduction in speed with the vehicle.
Design D is a recumbent trike. It is the embodiment of lightweight, fast, and agility. Design D uses an electric in-hub motor in its rear wheel as its means of mobility. There is a battery stored underneath the seat that will power this motor, as well as any other accessories. The speed of this device will be controlled via 2 pedals in front. The left will be the brake and reverse, and the right will be the throttle. Design D uses lean controls to turn the device. This allows users to lean into corners, creating more confident and sharper corner taking. To increase storage capacity, there is a shelf that can be added at the rear of the chassis, allowing for a shelf that can hold carry-ons, bags, groceries, etc.
In order to choose which design we will choose going forward, a design selection matrix was constructed. Now, the pairwise comparison table was used to obtain the relative weighting as well as the criteria. Each design was assigned a rating from 1 to 4 without any repetition, and the cumulative scores was added up.